What's going on, Creekside Cigar fam? Welcome to maybe the most anticipated Creekside podcast of all time with the man, the myth, the legend, Jon Huber, Crown Head Cigars.
Wow.
Where today we're going to reveal
the
highly anticipated Creekside X cigar
collaboration.
Creekside X Crown Heads.
Yes, sir.
Collaboration.
Everybody's been waiting.
And we're about, actually, you guys are all lit up.
Mm-hmm. Waiting on you.
I'm going to get after it.
With our Bics.
And we're joined by the two finest gentlemen outside of Cincinnati, Ohio. BG and Wick.
It's good.
Mainville's finest.
Mainville's finest.
Is this not the nicest location you guys have ever done the pod? Like, you guys are sitting out
sweet
with the trees and the lawn chairs and everything. Then you come in here and it's like
this is where the magic
dirt
is.
and grime and like boxes and trash bags full of newspaper. This is where the
very industrial.
This is as authentic as you can get.
We are here in Nashville today at Jon's studio shop.
Warehouse, headquarters, HQ. Yes, sir.
Workout facility
/ shipping area / think tank / Creekside podcast location.
One of my favorite places on earth. This beautiful
This is your
building.
third time.
Third time in like 3 months.
Dang.
Yeah, you guys, it's your first time, right?
First time.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
It's awesome.
Big fan of this place. We got to walk into you guys shipping the brand new Tennessee Waltz, new sizes,
And some Jericho
and the
going out
rebrand.
too.
And we all ripped a Jericho already, and it was fantastic.
Yes, it was.
I've had a few.
Confirmed again that it tastes better with the rebrand.
Always.
Always.
Right?
How
Hopefully,
often do you get that question? Is it a different blend?
I got it
Is it
today.
going to taste different?
I got it today from one of our best retailers in St. Louis. And I'm like, it's same blend, different presentation, period, end. It's as simple as that. Yeah, nothing changed.
Well, it's tasting delicious, and you can get them now at Creekside. All the new branded Crown Head stuff. We'll talk about some other new releases you have coming down the pipeline in a little bit.
But we're really here to talk about
Bear Run.
There you go.
And I think we just need to cut to the chase because we're all smoking it.
Rip the
Somebody
Band-Aid
has
off.
for sure paused and zoomed to see what's in our hand. John, I want you to do the honors.
Yes.
So really, this thing was born on a couch. Literally. Back at the PCA in April, right?
I thought you were going to say
clarify.
conceived on a couch, and that would have
Conceived on a couch would be a little different. Yeah.
between the four of us.
Right?
I think Jake was there too.
Jake was
Yeah, he might have.
he was in a different chair.
He was holding the camera. But yeah, we sat down just to have a little conversation at the PCA in our booth at the couch in April in New Orleans. And I think you popped the question, said, hey, what if we did that, right?
Yep.
That's how it happened. That's how it started. And then here we are, 7 months later?
And it's here.
And it's here.
The first time I asked Jake about it, I think he just laughed. He's like, probably not. He's like, but you can ask John. And so we were all working up the courage at PCA. We're like, all right, we're going to ask him.
Oh, so
We're
you
gonna
already
ask him.
knew this was going to be like the thing. You were
This
going to
is
be
what
like,
we
okay,
wanted.
I'm going to ask him.
It's the reason that we
I
went
thought
to
it was-
PCA.
Yeah.
It is the only reason.
I really thought it was like an impromptu thing. Like, oh yeah, that's a cool idea. Whatever.
No.
I didn't even have a sniff of that.
Yeah,
Okay.
we were very much so hoping that this beauty would be coming to Creekside, and it is.
It is.
All right, tell them what it is, John.
This is a limited edition size of the original Blood Medicine blend, and it is named Bear Run, exclusive for Creekside. 310 count boxes. That's it. It's a 5.5 by 48.
Best size ever.
Which is like my favorite size, I think. Outside of a 5 5/8 46, this would be like, for me, like the everyday perfect size. And yeah, I'm super stoked about it. I think it's got all that sweetness, that complexity that everybody associates with the original Blood Medicine blend, but in a great size that's exclusive to you guys. And you can tell, well, I mean, I guess everybody that's watching this knows why it's called Bear Run. I didn't
Maybe
know
not, though.
personally.
I doubt it.
We should
No,
definitely
that's
tell
true.
him. We
Yeah.
should tell him.
Yeah, what's the story behind that?
Well, the building that Creekside exists within sits on an actual creek, which not many. I'm surprised every day when somebody comes into Creekside and they're like, "Oh, there's actually a creek." It's like, yeah, that's why we call it a Creekside.
Creekside.
But that the creek that sits right behind Creekside is called Bear Run, and that Jake Sanders, shout out to you,
That's
Jake.
right.
One day we were sitting there. He's like, "Do you know what the name of your creek is?" And I'm like, "No." He's like, "It's called Bear Run. That would be a sick cigar name." And I was like,
You didn't even know at the time either?
"No,
Oh, shit.
had no idea."
Wow.
And so then I was like, "All right, we have to do Bear Run, and it has to be with Jake in Crown Heads." And then we're like, "What if we did it with Blood Medicine? It sounds good. Blood Medicine, Bear Run." Mm-hmm. He's like, "I don't know about that one." So then we flew to New Orleans to ask the man. And then you had mentioned this size, which is one of my all-time favorite sizes. And I was like, this is going to be a great day, and it's going to be an awesome cigar, and it is. We'll have to upload some video on top of this, but we all, as soon as they came in, me, BG, and Wick were at Creekside, ripped open the box, pulled 3 out, and just started smoking them on the back porch.
You
looking at Bear Run.
texted me that, and I'm like, I was nervous. I'm like, okay, verdict. Is it as good as we thought it was going to be? Because I mean, we had the pre-release samples. Like I as soon as I got back from PCA, I started with the factory. I said I need 2 bundles, the OG Blood Medicine blend, 5.5 by 48, and then you got one, I got one, and I was like, holy crap, this thing's good, man. So,
well,
it works.
We're
Fires
very
on all
excited.
cylinders.
Yep.
I'm stoked.
I've never seen Ember so excited to open a box. He saw who it was from. He's like, hold on, guys.
Chad
Hold on.
Martin,
Hold on.
stop what you're doing. If
This
I see
might
Chad's
be
name
it.
on it. Yeah, I mean, this is like, and to be the first ever Creekside, like we've never done an exclusive cigar.
So stoked about that. Yeah.
And for this to be the first one, which Blood Medicine is probably my favorite Crown Heads ever, this blend. And so for us to be able to do this is awesome. So thank you.
Yes, thank you.
It was an honor and a privilege because I'm a huge fan of you guys. I think it's no secret. But I'm curious, why is it your favorite blend that we've done? Or is that just hyperbole?
No,
Okay.
for me, it's because I love really well done medium bodied cigars.
Okay.
I think I'm not going to say easier, but it's more common to smoke like a big flavored, lots going on, heavier Maduro cigar.
Right.
To get like a medium bodied cigar that has complexity, sweetness, but not a ton of strength with like a Habano type wrapper.
Yeah.
It's awesome to me.
Yeah.
And Blood Medicine and Mil Diaz kind of live in that category. But when you released the Blood Medicines last year in the 3 sizes, that Robusto was like one of my top cigars this year. And it just took that #1 spot.
I am so glad that I took the lead to actually do something besides an event only cigar with this blend, because it really started off that way. Like Miguel asked me, we need an event only cigar. So that was how Blood Medicine was born. And it just, nobody talked about it. There was no traction. It was like, are you guys using this out there? Are you using it with gift with purchase? What are we doing here? You know? And that's why in 2024, I did the original, I said, I'm going to get it out to everybody and do an LE 6x52. And it took off and everybody smoked and like, this is great blend. I'm telling my guys, like, this is what you had. This is what you guys slept on. My own people slept on the damn blend, the damn cigar. Now it's caught fire, and now it's become like a little, I call it like a little mini Las Calaveras because it sold out so quickly.
I don't think I told you this story. I was at, we got good clients that invite me to the Masters. I was at the Masters this last spring, and he told me, knowing that we own Creekside, he said, hey, we got this hospitality house. We need you to bring down some like really cool cigars that people will be stoked to smoke and they don't know what they are. And I brought 2 boxes of Blood Medicine, and
Oh, cool.
I mean, they were just floored. They're like, where do we get these? How can we get them? I'm like, you can't.
They gone.
There it is.
But now you can again.
No, you can't.
For probably a very, very limited amount of minutes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Under
we
60.
didn't even say that yet.
Under 60.
I'm with you on under 60.
We should do a poll, like how quick is the sellout going to be? Because
Let's do it.
as we were saying before we got behind these ginormous microphones, like based on how quickly you sold out the Las Mareas thing, I think this would have even more fire behind it than that did.
Yeah, and the quantities are even less. There was 5,000 of those in ether between us and Abby.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But you sold out your 3,000.
Yeah, it was 3,000, couple hours.
In a couple hours. So that's what you're looking at here, the 3,000 cigars.
So these are going to drop Black Friday, November 28th, 9 a.m. We've got half of the allotment for online, half of the allotment for in-store. We open up in-store at 9. For Black Friday, we got a whole bunch of cool stuff. We were telling you about that, John, but we'll have coffee cart, breakfast, free cigars, and Blood Medicine Bear Run will be on a big pyramid stacked in the middle of the humidor.
You're gonna video this.
Get there before 9.
We're gonna see, so I can be part of this, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You should do like a little live.
I mean,
feed.
you're invited too, by the way. For the record.
Yeah, there's something called Thanksgiving and a holiday and a family. And
I just didn't want it to go unsaid.
I appreciate the
invited.
invite. That would be cool. It would be cool. Yeah, but I have prior commitments.
But yeah, it should be an eventful day at the Creek.
I'm excited for you guys, man. I mean, it's just I don't know. It's just the next level of anticipation, and like I said, having worked on this thing for like 7 months, to see what it's going to be in the wild once it's released. I'm totally excited, man. See, your Discord's going to blow up. Every picture is going to be a bear run or whatever.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
So, what you smoking? Bear run.
Bear
what
run
you smoking?
only.
Bear run. Bear run. And of course, also you did these really cool. I don't know if you can't get that on the camera.
Yeah, we're actually gonna. Those will go out with when you buy a box.
My favorite lighters. I didn't even have to buy a box. I got 3 of these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So can you tell real quick the story of how Blood Medicine even came to be as a brand? It had something to do with a building in Nashville.
Yes, it did. So going way back to the first event only cigar that we had way back before Miguel, before Jake, before anything, we did a cigar out of my father's cigars called Snake Oil. And the whole riff on it was because there was so much bullshit at the time. There still is a lot of bullshit at the time of people like saying, "Oh, I found this, this pilon that was been hidden for 25 years." All that rhetoric and everything. And so I said, that's like snake oil. So I did this like motif of like 1800s, kind of like what a snake oil salesman would be, that kind of a thing. So we started that as our event only cigar, and then in quick order, we got a cease and desist phone call from a lovely retailer in, I think, Kansas City, saying, "Hey, we have a problem." And I'm like, "We do?" He's like, "Yeah, I just had a customer come in and say, you got a cigar called Snake Oil." And I said, "Yeah, well, this is the story behind it. Da, da, da. Well, did you look up that I registered the name?" I'm like, "Is it in commerce?" "Well, no." And I'm like, "Well, then what you got, whatever." So I was like, "You know what?" And I think he might have asked for like a royalty or something. I said, "No, that's all right. I'm just going to scrap it." So I did. And then I started thinking, what's a different name? And at that time, there was a restaurant, which has been closed down since, but it's called Merchants. Merchants was an old building downtown on Broadway and 4th, something like that. And the proprietors were a good friend of mine. And I asked Max, I said, "Hey, can I get back into the restaurant? I noticed when I was having dinner one night that there's some painting on the exposed brick wall on the top level." He's like, "Yeah, it's still there. You want to come in?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna shoot some B-roll." But anyway, so I looked up the history of it. And this building used to be a pharmacy back in 1875 in Nashville. And in 1875, they had like Blood Medicine painted on the wall. Since then, it became a hotel. And then from the hotel, it was shut down. And then they reopened it as a restaurant called Merchants. But they kept that Blood Medicine painting. It was partially obscured, but you could still see where it said Blood Medicine. And that's the tie-in to it's from an old pharmacy in Nashville.
That's so cool.
So I thought it was more on brand than snake oil. And so it all worked out to our favor.
And you didn't have to license it.
No. Yeah, that's happened a couple of times over the years, actually.
I can only imagine.
Yeah. So, and I'm not into that, so we didn't do it. But yeah, so I think, and just, good for man or beast and everything, the motif and everything has that, 1870s, 80s kind of vibe to it. And I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love the branding.
Thank you.
I think that's the other reason I love this blend so much is I just love how it looks too.
Yeah.
It does
And
look
you
different.
eat with your eyes
Agreed.
first sometimes.
Yeah. It's got a very old school Americana kind of vibe to it. And, but I love the blend, man. The blend is just, to your point, I think I always use the descriptive easily approachable, but it truly is. It's like whether you're a brand new cigar smoker, you could smoke this and enjoy it. And if you're a seasoned enthusiast, you could pick up on the complexity, the sweetness, the creaminess. So it kind of appeals, has a nice mass appeal, which I think is why it's caught on for us over the last couple of 2-3 years.
It's delicious.
Yeah.
BG, what you got going on down there?
It's good.
It's good. I'll take it.
Yeah. No, it's really good. I remember when Jake brought the event only packs, like the first event that he did at Creekside, and he was raving about it then. And yeah, it's pretty crazy to think that a couple years later, we're on it as well.
Yep.
So it's an honor, man. We appreciate it.
I appreciate you guys.
BG posed a great question in the truck on the way down today.
What's that?
In which traffic jam?
One of the first 17.
Yeah.
It took 6 hours to get to Nashville today.
It was a haul.
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm not going to steal it.
Oh, you want me to ask?
Yeah.
All right, John.
He asked it and we were all like, yeah, that's a great question. I don't know why.
Save it for the podcast.
Save it for the podcast. The question is, why us? When you have the chance to work with probably a lot of people, a lot of lounges, a lot of whatever, why Creekside?
I mean, I've been a fan with you guys since, like I told you off camera, like when I saw that first video where you were coming up, hey, and you're opening the door, and I don't even remember what, it was like you're giving a tour.
Yeah.
And I immediately, it somehow came up in my algorithm, and I watched it, and I'm like, that is so well produced. That is so well done. And I kept watching you guys. And then I think I reached out and sent like care packages and everything and developed a relationship over the last 18 months. But I love everything that you guys are doing. I like the hospitality. I like the attention to detail. You did a video where like before you open, like every ashtray and every match has to go in a certain way and every cigar has to have like all that. I'm like, my wife always tells me I have OCD. I probably do. But that all resonated with me. And I'm like, I've always said there is a difference between a cigar shop and a tobacconist. And you guys take the tobacconist thing to the nth level. It's like not only educating your customers, but catering to your customers, the hospitality aspect, the community aspect, just everything you guys stood for. It was something that I wanted to be involved with on some level. So when you asked me to do a cigar for you guys, I was like, that's a no-brainer. I'd love to have that guilt by association because you guys are you guys are doing a great job. I mean, head and shoulders above everybody else. And so, yeah, it was easy for me. But cool. to your credit, though, I mean, you guys have developed something that's very unique, I think, in the industry and in the retail sector that I just don't see a lot out there. And I wish there was more of it because what you've created is very unique and special. So hats off to you guys.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, it's very cool.
I think we feel the same about Crown Heads. Like there's a natural synergy. We were talking about this on the drive up.
He didn't ask the follow-up question.
Yeah.
So we're going to answer the follow-up question.
But
there was a follow-up question?
Yeah. They prepped me.
Yeah.
They were like, all right, so you can ask him that. But if he comes back and says, why Crown Heads, what are you going to say? And I was like, okay, let me think about that.
Go ahead, BG.
No, you were on it. You're on it.
Oh, well.
It's your time.
We were like, obviously in the retail space, it's easier to show hospitality in a more like service format because that's what retail and restaurants and cafes, it's one of the tangible things they deliver. But on the like brand side, the wholesale side, it's a lot different because it's not delivered in the same method that walking into a shop or a store or a bar is. But with Crown Heads, whether it's the reps that you guys have throughout the US, like Jake, like Danny, Miguel, or it's, the first time I think you sent us an array of hats and a bunch of like the little Jericho Hill Coronas and the handwritten note.
Right.
It's like something's like different here in the interaction and the way that we feel cared for as a buyer of your products is a lot different than how we operate with most of our cigar brands that we sell their products in our store as well. And so, at least for me, it felt like there was a Crown Heads takes hospitality and the relationship side of this business very seriously, and it shows tangibly through the notes and through the support that you give to our shop and in the conversations we have and the things I've bounced off of your head, and all just kind of our whole working relationship feels more than just a transaction.
Yo, totally.
And so we felt that early on. I think when we first opened, you sent a bunch of bundles of milled Dios or something, said, hey, give them to all your first members in the shop and tell them it's from Crown Heads and thanks for supporting the brand. And we were like, okay. At that point, we had put like one order in for maybe $800 and you were sending probably equal product.
What was I thinking?
Yeah.
I'm a terrible businessman.
Kind of a dumb move.
Right. I lost money on that.
You made it up in the long run, maybe.
Yeah, probably. You could say that. Well, I mean, I've always looked at this business as a relationship-driven business, and I think, you know, to the guys' credits, like the Jakes, the Miguels, the Dannys, the Brian McGee's, all those guys, it's like they bought into the philosophy of what we started back here at the headquarters, which is it is a relationship-driven business, and you want to treat people the way you would anticipate being treated, which is what you guys do great. So you referenced like those handwritten notes, and so I've gone through thousands of those buck slips since when we first.
I can only imagine. And Sharpies.
And I go through a lot of Sharpies. When we first started Crowned Heads, we started with 66 doors across the country. And so we printed up these like lithographs and we numbered them. I numbered them 1 of 600, 2 of 600, and that kind of thing. And then I started the buck slip thing where I would like write every time I got a new account, you know, great to have XYZ on board. Thank you for being part of the family. And I'd sign it. Then it carried over into the merch orders. So somebody orders a hat or a sticker or whatever. I will always personalize the thing. Thank you for your order on such and such date. Thank you. Hope you like the sticker. Hope you like the hat. And I've literally, because all the orders are numbered, just in merch orders alone, it's been over 4,000 of those things I've written. So,
and why? Like, what led you to do that?
Because it's just like it. I guess it's the way I was raised. You write it. I mean, I just had a birthday, and like even to my wife, I wrote her a thank you note. To my daughter, I wrote her a thank you note because I think a handwritten note is a lost art, unfortunately. And I just think it's just proper etiquette, proper manners. Just like thank somebody for supporting you. Mm-hmm. Thank them for the gift. Thank them for whatever. It's just, it means a lot, I think, personally. Yep. So, and it takes me a long time because my writing is so terrible that I've got to print everything out because you can't read my handwriting. But yeah, it's something that I will never stop doing, you know? And even like on social media,
a long way.
Social media is like, I will, if somebody sends me a DM, whether it's just a thumbs up emoji or a little thank you emoji, I'm going to respond to that message because somebody took the time to reach out, you know? So
it's a lot of messages with someone with a blue check mark.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for that. But it comes down to treating people the way you want to be treated.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that, you know, and I've had transactions as a consumer where, you know, my inquiry or whatever to a company has been left unanswered and just, you know, pay no mind list. And then I've had some where people actually wrote me back. I'm like, oh, wow, that made an impression on me. Like they really care about their customer. Makes all the difference in the world. And I think our guys that are going out to the stores feel the same way and they buy into that philosophy. And I think that's what separates us at that level from a lot of other companies.
Yeah.
You know?
Jake did that the other day.
Yeah, tell him about that, Dave.
John probably doesn't know.
I actually just told him before.
But tell the world.
I think it says a lot about your leadership and how you lead your team because they've seen the reaction that you get from people like us. And they're like, that's really cool.
For sure.
That's what I want. But I was telling him that we've got a bin of cigars that say Wick, Ember, BG only. And it was late night. Was digging through that one night and I saw this Crown Heads, you know, sealed pack. I opened it up. There's 10 or 12 cigars, Crown Head cigars with a handwritten note from Jake saying, happy birthday, man. Sorry I missed you on your birthday. And I like, that just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Are you crying right now?
Me?
Just a little.
I was trying to get him to cry.
I thought I heard a little crack in your voice. Dave, we won't tell everybody how old you are, but it's up there.
It is up there.
That makes me feel good because if I had that positive impression on Jake and he's paying that forward, then you know what? Then it's for a good cause. It's for a good reason. You know what I mean? It's just, and there's been times where like one of my guilty pleasures of what I get to do is like, I'll just like bomb a consumer with like a package, like a hat and some cigar, whatever, like enjoy the goodies, and I'll sign. And they're like, holy, whatever. But the reason I do it is because I get pleasure out of just surprising somebody, making, you know what I mean? I like doing it for the guys that don't ask me for something. Like the guys that ask you, hey, can I get a couple of samples? Or, hey man, can you hook me up with that hat? Or those are the ones that I don't respond to. But the guys that don't ask, that do support, I like to take care of them. And that's one of my perks of my job, is just doing that. And then in hopes that they'll do likewise and pay it forward and maybe take care of somebody else, or hook somebody else up with a cigar or something else, and just makes it a better place,
What was do you remember the first hat?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I remember.
What was it?
For Crown Heads, or because I used to design the hats for CAO back in the day too.
For Crown Heads.
For Crown Head,
for both, if you remember both.
I don't remember the first CAO one. I did a bunch of different stuff. But the first Crown Heads hat was actually from New Era. It was a flex fit black with a white CH on it. And I still have a picture of it when I posted it. I posted it or something. I didn't know that the hat thing would blow up to where it's at now. But yeah.
Yeah, there's rumors you guys do more revenue in hats than...
Yeah, we're the hat
cigars.
company that sells cigars. I've heard that before.
This hat has garnered a lot of attention.
There's another great example.
Yeah.
You didn't
know that was coming.
No,
that was the best.
That was the best. See, you don't know what's coming. And I sent you one, and I said, there's another 59 of these to follow. And I was just like, I was like all giddy, like, I can't wait till Dave gets this and opens it. I think he's going to like it.
People love this hat.
Well, you had texted me the day it was out for delivery. You're like, take a video of you unboxing it, which you weren't saying like take a video and put it on YouTube. You were saying just take a video so I can see. I'm also putting this on YouTube. But that I was like, man, I have no idea what this could be.
Right.
And when I felt it was a hat, I'm like, oh man, this is about to be epic.
Yeah, it was fun.
It's now the most asked for thing at Creekside.
Do you have any left?
No.
Yeah.
I think we have, there might be 3 or 4.
Okay.
Cool. We'll give one away. We'll give one away for anybody who drops it. What was the question you asked earlier to put a comment?
I asked you a question?
Yeah, there was something we were going to poll the people with.
Oh, the how fast it would take for...
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
You need to guess in minutes. So 120 minutes, 40 minutes, 57 minutes. And the closest person to guess the minutes that it will take to sell out of Blood Medicine, Bear Run, will get a Creek hat.
Man,
and some extra goodies.
I hope you don't get egg in your face and this thing lingers for like weeks. And
somebody's going to be like,
throw out 1,000 minutes.
Yeah, we will buy them.
Yeah.
Well, exactly.
Oh my God. That's a good one. I like that. And they'll get a Creek hat.
But yeah, those hats they're awesome.
Yeah. Well, on the back, I used the same font that you had, right? Smoking Good Company. But I think you sent me a whole deck of all of your, like, you were so buttoned up, like so dialed, like you had this font, this color, this. Holy God. I'm like, I don't even have that.
The branding guy.
Such a branding guy. I was like, okay. Because I think I asked you for a logo. I come
across way more detail oriented to you than I really am.
You're good.
I think so.
You're good. There's no question. But yeah, they came out pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about them.
Well, and awesome. I think that also goes to your just kind of what you're talking about, your heart for that, in that you could have sent a Crown Heads hat, a cool Crown Heads hat.
Well, they're in fairness, we do have a logo on this.
I understand.
I had to get a little
I understand.
Yeah.
But you're like, no, I'm going to take the time to make something that they will think is cool, that represents their business and has the tagline on the back. It's just put a lot of thought into it. It wasn't just, here's a hat.
It's, the hat thing for me has always been like a creative outlet. And it's like, I find over the years that I'm happiest when I'm creating, whether it's a cigar blend or a brand or an idea or a hat or a t-shirt or a hoodie. It's just, if I don't get that out of me, then I'm a really miserable person. So it's fun. Yeah, it's fun for me to design all of that stuff. And like, I think I showed you guys in the office, like there's a file that thick of every hat we've done, what's in the queue, what's in production, all of that. And it's fun to go back over the years and look at some stuff that we've done. And I'm like, wow, I forgot we did that one, Here's a fun fact. We have a guy, shout out Brian, I won't give you your last name, but Brian in Salem, Oregon has bought like literally over 250 hats from us.
Whoa.
What?
He sent me a DM. I noticed his name because I would always be writing this. I know his address by heart now because I've written so many buck slips. And he goes, yeah, this is number 200 and something. I'm like, no way. Like we've done that many, you know? So I went to Adam and I told him, dude, do you realize that this guy's bought like over 200? He's like, oh, I'm calling bullshit on that. I'm going to run an aging. So he did. He went to the Shopify thing, ran an aging. He's like, oh my God. This guy spent so much X amount of money on our hats. And I'm like, yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I have a section in my closet now.
Same.
Because my wife's like,
Same.
Did you get another new hat? I'm like, yes. And I'm going to wear it. So it's coming in the house.
I used to get that. Laura used to give me that back in the day, like another hat. And then now she just doesn't say anything. It's just, I've got, you know, a garage full. And I don't have as many as Miguel, though. Miguel literally, not just Crown Heads hats, but like New Era fitted hats.
Cincinnati hats.
Yeah. He has over 400. And he's pristine about them. Like he's got all the visors are perfectly flat.
Wow.
Nothing's curved. Everything's in perfect little boxes. And yeah, he puts me to shame.
So I'm the opposite. I get all these hats and I think they're so cool. I put them on my head.
Yeah, no, 100%.
No, these hats are made for young, cool people. And so my kids get them. I can't pull them off.
You know, what I really love is when a hat is just beat to crap. There's one guy, Grant Batson, we go way back, but he has one of the original 4 Kicks hats that we did. It was a trucker hat. It wasn't even with the same suppliers we use now. It was back in 2012. And he has worn that thing to the point where like it's thread worn. It's like you could see the visor through it. It's just all. And I said, that is the coolest hat. And I said, I want that. Will you give it to me? I'll put it like in a case in the office. He won't part with it. It's just, I love when things have character and just like they're worn out and just beat to shit, and it just makes it more interesting.
Yeah. It's like even shirts. You posted that shirt the other day.
Yeah.
With the holes at the like neckline.
Oh, it's got
and
holes
stuff.
here. It's got holes here. And I still wear that thing.
Now
I
people
love
are
that.
releasing shirts that look.
Yes.
Yeah.
beat.
You can spend a lot of money on stuff that look
What
like that.
the heck?
What do you got, BG?
This dude riding his like recumbent bike over there.
It's awesome. He needs a stick.
Sorry, there's a walking path behind us or in front of us.
Yeah. We're actually Riverside right now.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, that's the Cumberland River right there on the other side of that hill.
This is Riverside.
We are
Cigar Co?
Riverside, basically.
We weren't going to tell you, but we did discuss a Creekside Crown Head Cigar Lounge collab.
Called Riverside.
I would drop my gig now and do it at Lakeside if you let me run Lakeside. That's my dream.
We need you to keep making these.
What do you think, Discord? What do you think?
You got to be able to do both.
Someday.
You guys also release a lot of limited edition cigars, which has got to be a blessing and a curse, because one, it gives you the outlet to create brands.
Yes.
But then it also forces you to have to create brands.
Yes.
Even maybe when you don't want to.
100%.
Which I can get how that could be equally as exhausting as not being able to create, is being forced to create all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Something new. But like, how do you go about the LE projects?
So
and Belgian Blue just dropped and it's awesome.
Yeah, and sold out too. So yeah, we did, not to go off on a tangent, but August, September, October was Be Positive, Mil Diaz Testiu, and then Belgian Blue back to back, and they all sold out. So thank you for everybody that supported that. Going back to like 2012, I did an interview. I remember this clear as day, one of the first like podcast kind of interviews. And I remember saying we had just released 4 Kicks. I remember saying that I had no interest in doing limited editions. I just want to build brands. I'm not doing any, and I swear to God, I wish I talk about putting your foot in your mouth, because then what happened was we did Mule Kick out of necessity back in, I think it was 2012, 2013. And the way that was born was we had released 4 Kicks, did really good right out of the gate with it. And Ernesto Perez Carrillo was telling me at a trade show, hey, listen, I got to talk to you about something. What? He says, I got some wrapper, some Habano that's too dark for the 4 Kicks brand. It's not the right colorway that you want, the colorization. But I can put them on the dark ones on the bottom of the box and nobody will see it. I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. I want consistency. He's like, well, bro, I got this wrapper. I already bought it. What are we going to do? And so 5-10 minutes later, we're off on a conversation about working out. And he says, I'm working with a trainer. And you ever do a Mule Kick? I'm like, what?
That's awesome.
True story. And so this is Ernesto Perez Carrillo. And I'm like, I said, a Mule Kick? And he's like, yeah, bro, let me show you. And he gets down on the floor does like this push up into this kick out. And I'm like sitting there in his booth. And I'm like, the fuck?
This is at
This was
trade
at
show,
the trade
IPCPR.
show. Yeah, at the trade show. I think it was called IPCPR at the time. And I was like, okay, that's interesting. And then like, there's like light bulb moment. I was like, bro. And I said, listen, how much wrapper do you have? What's the yield? And he's like, I don't know, 4,000 or 5,000 cigars. And I'm like, I got an idea. And that's how Mule Kick. It was out of a necessity to use some wrapper that was too dark for the original.
That's awesome.
And then that led to other things. And now it's become part of the business model. So it's a necessity. Listen, I think people always want what's new in this climate, this day and age. It's, I kind of call it the craft beer mentality. When craft beer took off, it was like everybody wanted like what nobody else was getting. And they, oh, did you hear about this one and this one, this. So that's kind of infiltrated into the cigar market, I think, is a result. So people want what's new. So you got to give people new things to try, new reasons to go into the store and look for something. But the challenge is, how do you keep the plate spinning over here with your regular production stuff and not just focus on your LE stuff? That's the crux of the matter, basically. For me, that's the challenge. So I think we do more seasonal kind of LEs. Like Calaveras is technically a limited edition, even though it's, a lot of companies our size would say that's a great year brand right there, but we sell it out like in a week or two. The Blood Medicine, that's going to be a seasonal thing. I don't really come up with a lot of new stuff. But yeah, if the right idea comes across the table, I'll explore it for sure. But most of the stuff is like retreads of stuff that we've done before. We used to do Le Carême, the Bellicoso Fino.
I miss those.
Everybody looked forward to that, and then we discontinued it. And
I saw
like
some
that.
boxes over there.
Of the Bellicosos?
No, just the regular Le Carême. That's the last of the last.
We've got some hiding at Creekside for Black Friday.
I have cash.
You could probably work a deal here.
All right, take John.
Yeah, we just didn't need another broadleaf in the portfolio. We had Broadway. Broadway. We have Tennessee Waltz, which are two very different tasting cigars, but even though they're both broad, and that's coming out.
Can we talk about this?
Let's talk about it.
Yes.
Let's talk about it. This is
Mm.
something completely new that nobody knows about. So
okay, this doesn't exist yet. Actually, no. By the time this comes out, it will exist, and you can get it Creekside first.
As always,
because yours doesn't have cellophane on it. Tell them, John.
that is a value prop, was what I call it. It's called Thunderiss. It's a 5x54 long filler cigar. It's got Habano wrapper, Nicaraguan binder filler. It's got a little punch to it. It's a fantastic cigar that you would expect to pay probably $8 to $12 for, and we're going to bring that in less than $7 per stick in bundles of 10.
okay.
So
That's so awesome.
So yeah, it basically, the motivation for me to do that was we did a project a couple of years ago called Meat and Three, which was a similar bundled thing. You get a 10 count Mazo, and they wanted, this particular catalog wanted it around $6, $7, something like that. And they've had some good success with it. But right out the gate, I started getting messages from retailers like, hey, how do I get that? I could sell that. And unfortunately, Miguel had agreed to an exclusive. That motivated me to I want to do this, but I want to do it better, and I want to give it to everybody, make it readily available. So we've been working on it since the trade show, another one, and it's called Thunderiss. So it's in 10 count Mazos. It's just, it's not going to be Cigar Aficionado Cigar of the Year by any stretch of the imagination, but if you want a cigar that's a no-brainer, you don't have to think about it. You can just smoke it, enjoy it while you're cutting your lawn, while you're playing cards, whatever the hell. That's such a bang for the buck. It's SRP is going to be $6.75.
Nice.
Yeah.
I can't wait to introduce that. We smoked it maybe a couple months back when you got the final samples in, and that you hadn't told me what the price point was. And I smoked it, I'm like, this thing's great. You're like, yeah, it's going to be under $7. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Cost? You're like, no, retail. It's like, wow, that is crazy.
That was my favorite thing to do, was give somebody that cigar and not talk about price or any of that stuff. So I don't know. You guys know Nick Libretti from JR. Yeah. So Nick came down in Asheville a couple months ago and did a podcast.
I watched that.
Yeah, he did a podcast. I did it with him, and I gave him that cigar, and I didn't say anything about it, unbanded, and I said, "Smoke this." He's like, and in the middle of the podcast, he goes, "What is this damn thing?" I'm like, "You like it, right?" And then after off camera, I told him the price point. He's like, "You got to be shitting me. Really? Seriously?" I'm like, "Yeah." So, but at that time we didn't have the packaging, the rings, the sticker for the Mazos or any of that stuff. But just without knowing what you're smoking, and then you smoke it, and then you tell somebody the price point, and it's like, really? That kind of a thing. So that's really kind of how we're unrolling it, just kind of more organically. So yesterday we sent all of our sales guys a couple of bundles each, and I said, look, no sales sheet, no press release, no half wheel, none of this stuff. Just go to a store, sit down, smoke one with the buyer, and then if they're interested, tell them the price point. And that's how we're going to roll this out, very organically. But you guys are going to be the first ones to get it.
Sweet.
Yeah, we did the same thing with Juarez back in 2019. Juarez, it's a value prop at 7 to 9, but this is even less.
I've re-fallen in love with that cigar.
It's a great cigar. That punches way above its weight. I mean, that's probably should be a $9 to $12 cigar. But at any rate, back in the day, like 17, 18, another catalog exclusive, they wanted us to do a cigar for them. And so Mike Condor, my business partner at the time, said, "Hey, do you have anything blend-wise that we could do for these guys?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I got this really good blend that I pitched to Germany because Germany wanted an exclusive." And I kept sending samples. "No, we don't like it. No, we don't like it. What is it that you like?" And they said, "We want a dark wrapper. We want full body, blah, blah, blah." So I sent them Juarez, but it wasn't called Juarez. And they passed on it. So I said, "Yeah, Mike, I got this blend that Germany just passed on. And we could do something with that." That became Juarez. But they had that in their warehouse for the better part of like 6 to 9 months. And I'm like, "Are they selling it? Or is it just, well, it takes time to get it out and they got to put it in their system and blah, 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 blah." I'm like, So you fast forward to like 2019 at the trade show, and we were going into the trade show, and he's like, "Is there anything else we could bring?" I said, "Listen, why don't we just take boxes of Juarez? We don't have an agreement signed, and just open it up and see what people want or see what they think of it." And it just took off like organically. And now it's always been one of our best selling cigars in terms of units.
It's delicious. And another good price point.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we don't actually move a lot of bundled cigars, like your traditional Quorums and stuff like that.
Right.
Like I think I've reordered them one time since we've been open ever.
Mm-hmm.
Like we just don't move a lot. But a cigar between, and there's not many, between $6 and $8 can't stay on the shelf. Like it goes so fast. If you can get like a quality long filler cigar between $6 and $8, which 10 years ago wasn't hard to do.
No.
But now it's a lot more difficult.
Yes.
Well, especially, I mean, if you're selling that for $67.50 for a bundle, and it's got the Crown Head's name on it, yeah, I mean, I think that moves.
It's technically a bundled cigar, but smokes like a really good premium cigar.
Yeah.
It is premium.
It's still premium.
It's a long filler cigar. It's not a sandwich. It's not short filler, blah, blah, blah. It's a premium long filler. It's a 5x54, which is a hefty size. I think it's going to do really well. I think it's a great value prop. And we needed that in our portfolio because, a lot of our stuff in our lookbook now is, 10 to 14-ish, something like that. So it's nice to have that for the guy that just wants something, golf course type of thing or lawn cutting type of thing. Just a no-brainer where you just smoke it and it's there and it's good. And you don't have to touch it up and all this stuff.
Oh my gosh.
He said it's good.
Thank you, John.
It's good.
Let me just sit up over here for a second.
It'll be one of the few cigars in a humidor that won't hit the Ohio tobacco tax cap.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, final third here. What are you guys thinking? I mean, this thing produces some heavy smoke
It
too.
does.
Which
I was
love.
just thinking that.
I love.
And it's gotten it just builds as the cigar goes. It's burning perfectly.
Yeah, mine's burning perfect. No canoes.
It's delicious.
Yeah.
It's the best blood medicine.
It doesn't get aggressive on you. It builds, but it doesn't get
It doesn't get bitter or hot or squishy.
No. It maintains that sweet cream with a little bit of spice undertone in it. I'm not big on the flavor.
John.
I am not the guy with
Look
the
at him
tasting
go.
notes. I know. I'm not.
It's like your cereal box thing.
That was
you
classic.
punked me. I was
I?
like, wow, I can't believe John is doing this.
Yeah, and it was all from Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
He's just reading, tasting notes.
Cocoa Puffs. I did. Adam actually, I don't know if you guys know this story, but Adam gave me
gotta tell.
this Cuban Cohiba limited edition 55 ring gauge. It was a beautiful cigar. It had holograms and fucking, it was like, I was like, oh my God, this thing's like a work of art. I Googled it and it was like the SRP was $465. I'm like, holy shit, I'm going to smoke it, but I'm going to have some fun with it. So I did this whole story, in sequence on IG. And I said, listen, this is a special cigar. It was gifted to me by a good friend and I'm going to smoke it and I'm going to give you my tasting notes. Well, behind the scenes, all the tasting notes, I just Googled Cocoa Puffs, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and like honey grams or something like that, breakfast cereals. And literally the first descriptives that came up, I wrote them down. And then that's what I used in the review. And it looked great. It sounded great. And then afterwards, I pulled the curtain back and I said, yeah, all of those tasting notes were from breakfast cereals. It was my way of taking a jab at like all the reviewers that say in the first third, I get burnt popcorn. In the second third, I get like blah, blah, blah.
Wet.
You do a little bit of that. In fairness. Oh, yeah. You do a little bit of that. And I don't. I don't know.
Doesn't. Wick doesn't.
Well, Dave's a tobacconist.
That's true.
John blends and makes cigars. So he's got
I'm more like you. I'm like, it's good.
Yeah.
Would I smoke it again?
Yeah.
That's, for me, like what I do in terms of validating the blend is like, I kind of put it more like being a creative director or like a Rick Rubin in the sound room. Like, okay, I'm producing this. Like, I don't know how to play any of these instruments, but I know I hear like a hit right there. And it's the same thing when I smoke something. I don't know how to roll a cigar, a bunch of cigar, any of that. But when I taste it, I'm pretty good at going, this is pretty good. I think we can do something with this.
Yeah.
That's what I do basically.
Yeah, your rating scale is more like it's good or it's mid.
Yeah. That's
Those
literally
are like the
it.
two words I always hear from you. You're like, mid, not
It's
doing
like,
it.
yeah, it's exactly. You know me very well. That's true.
We got to get you a hat. It's mid.
It's
and
mid.
We'll get BGs. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be a good duo.
People want it. They want the hat.
It's coming. Can we buy more of the Creek hats so more people can get them?
I have like 10.
Or like, could we make
you
You should
I
know-
can make
do
another
another
run.
run?
Absolutely.
John only does
That would be cool.
one-offs.
I would change the colorway just to.
Ooh, so then there's only one original.
Yes.
Yeah, I would change the colorway and just
Black
do
on
another
black.
one. Oh, I hate that murdered out thing. It's like so played out.
That would look good on Wick though.
I tell you what, you should see the hat that I designed for Miguel and Jake. Because, truth be told, Miguel lives in Florida, but would do anything to move back to Ohio. He's an Ohio boy, true and true. Like he loves Ohio.
Cincy boy.
Yes. So he approached me and said, hey, can you design a hat just for Ohio that we can use for a GWP program, blah, 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 blah. And I said, okay, here's my first run at it. And I'm like, I thought it was pretty good. Miguel's like, no, I don't like it. He sent me some like hat that said Queen City Cigar Club on it. Or I'm like, Queen City? He's like, yeah.
Original Queen City.
Yeah. And I'm like, dude, I am not releasing a hat that says Queen anything on it. I said, let me take another run at it. And so without giving too much away, I did a riff off of the Skyline Chili logo. And so we're going to do those for Q1 for his Ohio people and whatever.
Yes.
It looks pretty dope. But
Have you had Skyline Chili before?
of course I have.
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
I do it back in the day. I did travel.
Oh, with CAO.
Yeah. I was always on the road and we did a bunch of cool events. I did this one thing. It was called Rock and Rolled, like rolled cigar tour. And we had that so dialed in. I would book local tattoo artists to come in and paint whatever they wanted to do that was related to CAO at the time. And then at the end of the event, we would just raffle off the painting. And we had, all kinds of swag and merch and everything. We had fucking cups that said Rock and Rolled on it with the logo. We had a Rock and Rolled cigar. I did that all over the place.
What were you doing at CAO at the end?
My
sold?
official title at the end was
end.
Director of Lifestyle Marketing.
Wow.
I gave myself that title.
Yeah, so it sounds made up.
Completely. I started off at CAO.
Global Director of Lifestyle Marketing.
My first title with CAO was a shipping manager. That's how I got my foot in the
No
door.
way.
Yes, dude. I used to.
Well, that's why we're shooting this here in
I
the
was
shipping
Chad.
department. That's
I was
right.
Chad for 5 months, and then I got fired from that because I became pretty good at promoting the brand, and So I became the director of promotions and public relations. And then I was hell bent on being the chief marketing officer. So I gave myself the title of CMO at one point. And then we had the restructure, the buyout and everything. And they said, okay, you're not going to be the chief marketing officer. You're going to report to Mike Conder. And so what title do you want? And I'm like, I knew this dude in Vegas that worked for Red Bull. And his card said director of lifestyle marketing. And so I was like,
you're like that. I want to be that.
Yeah, I'll do
That's
that.
it.
And that was my title one at the end.
So then you leave. So you leave CAO in the marketing department, and you're like, I'm just going to do this myself.
No,
Start a brand.
Not at all. I mean, in 2010, we kind of saw the beginning of the end. My first clue was like in my office, there was these guys in coveralls coming in, measuring planters and artwork. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Who's this guy? And I'm like, okay, yeah, it's going to Richmond and they're going to take everything and they're going to. So we knew in 2010, the inner circle kind of knew what was going to come down. And I had no idea what I was going to do at the end. Not a clue. Like people were speculating that I would go work with Pete Johnson. And I'm like, I can't do anything to make Pete better. He's the fucking GOAT, So I didn't know. My whole concept, my theory all throughout that year was just enjoy the day and ride the wave to the shore. Meaning like, I'm just going to see this to the end and the right thing will present itself. So middle of the year, Conder approached me and said, hey, when this thing is over, and it will be, do you want to do something? And I was like, yeah. And that was as formalized as it got. And then all the responsibility was like, okay, well, what is that thing we were going to do was on my shoulders. So what's the company going to be called? And where are we going to get the cigars made? And how are we going to do all this? And so, yeah.
Wow.
That was it. That was as formalized as it got. I had no idea what my salary was going to be. I had no idea of any of it. I didn't know I'd be a brand owner. So, I mean, I dabbled like in product development at CAO. There was a brand that we released at one point called La Traviata.
Oh, yeah.
You guys remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Tell him, BG.
I remember that.
So at that time, like Tim was doing all the product development, like Brasilia, America, Italia, MX2, CX2, LX2, all that stuff. And we would just kind of pitch in our 2 cents on each thing. But there was one period of time where he had to go overseas for like 3 months. And they pretty much gave me the keys of the car and said, okay, you got to come up with something. And I was like, all right, this is how I would do it. Cabinet boxes, understated, great blend, good price point, Cuban-esque heritage. So I found an expired Cuban trademark called La Traviata. And we got the artwork, we registered it, and that was a cigar that was my first real product development exercise. And then we did a Maduro, I think in 2010, Maduro version of it.
Who made all those blends?
That was done at, I think it was called Latin Cigars, which STG
Honduras?
took over. No, it was in Nika.
Okay.
It was in Nika. I can't remember the dude's name that did the blend, but I wanted to use Habano Ecuador. I wanted a 5 5/8 46. It was such a departure from everything that CAO had done to that point in time. It kind of stood out a little bit. And that's kind of, all of that bled into Crowned Heads as well, for sure, especially with 4 Kicks.
We appreciate the Corona Gorda coming to Tennessee Waltz.
Yeah. That was originally, so, okay, more story time. But so back in...
I'm here for it.
Back in like 2014, 15 or something like that, there's a good friend of mine in Hawaii, Marvin Chang, was constantly asking me to come out and do an event. And I would tell him, like everybody else, like, nah, I'm not traveling. I'm not doing any of that with Crowned Heads. And he, consistently asked me. Then one time he asked me, he's like, ask your wife if she wants to come to Hawaii. All right.
Nice, Mark.
So, yeah, no, smart.
Smart.
So I pitched it to Laura. I'm like, yeah, I know I told you I wasn't going to do any events, but there's a guy in Hawaii who wants us to come. Hell yeah, we're going to. So, and then we had to come up with a cigar. And so what the original Paniolo in 2015 was the Tennessee Waltz blend in a 5 5/8 46.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That was the original Paniolo. Now, Paniolo has changed every year since, but that was the OG. That was the Waltz blend in the 5 5/8 46 exclusive to Hawaii. So I was like, I know this cigar is good because everybody was trying to get it, 10 years ago. So that was a no-brainer in the rebrand to bring that 5 5/8 46 back.
I like I had the past 2 years of Paniola. Marvin sent them to me, actually. The gray band and then a green one, maybe. Anyway, he's on, and they got some pop to them.
Yeah. I told him, I said, what does people like to smoke in Hawaii? And he told me like fuller bodied stuff, heavier stuff. And so I always blended it like that. And he was right. He says, if you come out here, he goes, people appreciate that you make the effort to come and they'll support you. And so to this day, we have a huge following in Hawaii. And that's the one thing I look forward to so much every year is to go out there and bring out the new Paniolo and visit friends and see faces that I've seen over the last decade. If I could live anywhere in the world, it would be Hawaii. No question.
It wouldn't be Nashville?
No, it would be. Not for not trying. I've told my wife, I was like, look, I could probably do this anywhere. After COVID, you know, everybody was like, I could work anywhere, right? So I was like, I could do this in Hawaii. There's a time zone difference, but no, we'd be stuck on an island in the middle. I'm like, yes, exactly. That's the point.
Which island?
Oahu. But the big island, from what I've heard, is like, which I haven't ventured into the big island of Hawaii, is like where you can actually find a house with some space and everything. Oahu is terribly expensive. And so like her argument to me has always been like, you're not going to be able to live the way you experience Hawaii if we moved out here. I said, maybe, but I'd be happy with just a little shack on North Shore. Just, but it takes more to make her happy than a shack on North Shore. So,
well, and you were a surfer, right?
No, I never surfed.
Never surfed?
Skateboard. I'm dying to surf. If I lived out there, dude, that would be my thing. Every freaking morning I'd be out there. I love, when I get by to the water out there, it's like, that's the first thing I do before we even check into the hotel. Just go walk into the water and just love it. I'm like, peace.
Surfing and kettlebell swings.
Yeah, man. That would be it for me.
You do your longboarding back here, right? This is Crown Head Skate Park.
All right. I'll roll through there and everything. Did you see the wipeout thing that I put on Instagram? Yeah. That never happens, man.
No animals were harmed.
That never happens. But I was like, okay, I had this idea for this reel I was going to do for this hat. And I'm rolling through it. And just like the old days, I hit a rock and my phone went like 20 feet in front of me. I did like this whole thing where like I'm tumbling up and I just stopped and I'm like, all I could think of was my phone. I'm like, fuck, my phone. And I went and I got it. My phone didn't have a scratch on it. I'm like, okay, cool. Banged up my knee, my arm, but I mean, I had a flannel on, so I was good. I didn't have no scrapes or anything like that. I'm like, I'm going to make this kind of an embarrassing video, but I'm going to have some fun with it. But that hasn't happened since I was a kid. Like hitting a rock, like, urethane wheels, you shouldn't hit a rock. You should be able to go over the rock. But this one just got caught and I just went flying. I was like, did anybody see that? I was like, shit.
And you still posted it.
And then I got up and I did the other one. Then the good take I posted.
So you talking about getting to Hawaii and walking out into the water, first thing you do, made me think of a question. You've smoked a lot of cigars in a lot of different places. Where is that one place that you're like, this is where I want to smoke my last cigar?
Nice question.
That's a great question,
Dave.
Hopefully that doesn't happen anytime soon. I remember there was one time we were on our honeymoon in Venice at St. Mark's Square, and a good friend of mine, Michael Roos, he and his wife were over there at the same time. Said, hey, let's get together and I got some cigars for your honeymoon and this and that. And we sat out there in a table in the middle of St. Mark's Square, and it was just a beautiful night in Italy. And we had some Prosecco, and Michael and I smoked, I think it was a Partagas Series D4. And it was just like, it was bliss. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It was just like, and that's another one of my favorite places is Venice and Tuscany. It would probably be somewhere out there in Italy, I think. Yeah.
That makes sense. We also hope that doesn't happen anytime soon.
Yeah. The thing with Hawaii is you can't smoke on the beach.
What?
Yeah, you can't. You'll get a citation. When I go to Hawaii, the only time I smoke is at the event. It's like literally when Marvin, he rents out like a space.
It's just the cost of doing business at that point.
Yeah, they're very, very anti-tobacco in Hawaii. It really, there's a great group of guys that smoke and that are cigar enthusiasts, but the places where they get together to smoke are far and few between. There's no Creekside in Hawaii. It's like,
so you can't even smoke at Marvin's place at our wine field.
Our field wine, basically, it's like if you went into like a liquor store and then they had a humidor in the back and you bought your, you can get your poke here, you get your bottle of wine here, and you get your cigars over here. There's not a lot of really standalone retail spaces. There's a few, but it's not like here in the States, in the mainland, I should say, because Hawaii is part of the United States. But I love the culture there, the people, the vibe. It's just like, so, I don't know. Ever since I went there, I felt like I'm at home. Like in a previous life, I must have been here or something, because I feel so relaxed there. It's great. It's just the ocean, and I wake up early like every day just to watch the sun come up, and it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Well, I guess we don't need to take the wives to Hawaii anytime soon.
Oh, you ever been?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've been. Okay.
Yeah.
You've been?
No.
No?
But I didn't smoke cigars at the time, but I'd be really bummed to not be able, because the beach to me is that spot to sit on the beach and smoke a cigar.
Yeah. I love to just tool over. I mean, it's not a big island, Oahu. You can go around the whole island in a couple of hours or whatever, and I could live on poke. The poke there is like phenomenal.
poke.
Oh, it's the best.
I'm pumped for the island side, Creekside, Crown Heads
Now,
collab.
if you did an island side, I would contemplate retiring from this and running that shit.
First, it only would take a lakeside. Now it takes an island side.
No, that's the ultimate dream. That's the ultimate dream. That's like, if I hit the lottery or something, it'd be. But even then, like Laura would want to move because she'd be away from family and we'd be isolated on an island. But for me, that sounds like the perfect way to spend a life. I don't know. So
This thing.
what do you think?
Wow. Loaded with flavor.
Mm-hmm.
There should not be this much flavor available for $6.75 in 2025. It's got a lot of flavor right off the bat.
I'm glad to hear you say
It's
that.
very good. And it does not it feels more like a 52. I mean that in a positive way. Like it doesn't smoke big. It's a great size. Great cigar.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that band.
Yeah,
It's
it's
fun.
cool. Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah, there's some.
It's like different than what you guys normally do, which I think is cool.
When I approached Wade on the concept, and all I had for the concept was the song Thunderkiss 65. So I sent Wade the video. This is how we work. I'm like, I never.
Wade's your designer.
Wade, yeah, he lives here, and he and I have worked on all of like the LE stuff and even a lot of the regular branding stuff up until the rebrand. The rebrand is with Juan Carlos and the Dominican. So the only thing I sent Wade was like, okay, here's a video. Now just tell me what you see when you listen to this song. And he came up with, he was like, what do you think of this? I'm like, dude, I love that. Cause it had like some Von Dutch old, auto, the eyeball and everything. And it was just like, it was cool enough to go, yeah, man, I like it. It's unique.
Man, it's delicious. What do you think, BG?
It's good.
It's good. I love it.
good.
We're 2 for 2.
No, I mean, it's everything you guys have already said about it is dead on. And I think the price point is very enticing for sure. And I'm always looking for cigars to smoke in the garage when I'm piddling around or, like you said, golf course,
Right.
mowing the grass where it's like, you still want a good cigar. You don't want crap, but you also don't necessarily want it to be some sort of crazy high-end cigar. I think it's perfect.
Yeah, like a high-end cigar, it kind of necessitates that you sit down, pay attention to it. You really want to experience, but that you could just it's a no-brainer. You just put it down and smoke it, and it's good. It's a good value prop. I think it smokes better than a $6 cigar, personally.
I agree.
Yep.
Yeah. I've got a couple kids. One just graduated from college, one in college. They're really getting into cigars.
Yeah.
And I struggle with what cigars to buy them. Like I don't want to get them hooked on something really good. Well, I shouldn't say that. Really expensive. Whether it's good or not. I don't want to get them hooked on something expensive. And
Right.
This is great for fraternity parties. And
And they'll probably like the branding on it too.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of cool.
I think, it's excellent. It's even better than the sample.
Really? So
I think so.
we just got these literally 2 days ago. They showed up, and the bundles went out yesterday to the guys. And so you guys are the first ones to be smoking one with a ring. I haven't even smoked it yet.
Wow.
So yeah, no, I was burning out the.
They're on our website
oil.
now.
They probably. I know you. It'll probably be on that website before this is even on live. But
I mean, I'm so
Surprise.
impressed by it. It's like so flavorful.
Yeah.
You could sit down and enjoy this for sure.
yeah, I don't want to give the wrong impression that it's like some bundled bullshit cigar. It's a good premium cigar.
That's the only reason I'm saying that. I'm like, no, I would love to give this to people unbanded. Just to like how you did it when you were sampling them.
I did it with you, and I did it with Libretti.
Nobody would guess the cost of this cigar. There's no way.
So. I agree. That's why I wanted to unroll it just organically, but now you guys are going to blow it up, and now everybody's going to be calling our office probably because I saw this Creekside video. You got this like thunder shit thing going. What is this thunder shit cigar you got?
Get your Thunder Kiss.
That's going to be the Creekside exclusive, the Thunder shit.
Coming next year. It's a dark, oily wrapper. The Maduro.
Mm-hmm.
That would be
and
awesome.
We'll have a shelf talker, and it'll just say BG : it's good. Quote. BG :
written out.
It's good. That's it.
I'm here for it.
That was going to be the hat that you wanted me to do.
Yeah, we're still going to do it.
Okay.
We're still going to do it.
All right. I won't give it away.
We're still going to do it.
That'll be fun.
That's coming soon.
Cool.
Well, this has been a blast. And I know you're not going to mention the name of it or anything too much, but the one other thing that we've been smoking.
Yeah.
That you've probably been smoking a lot of, if I could imagine, is a new line you have coming out for PCA next year.
Correct. In April of 26.
And that's a first. Or not a first, but...
That will be the first from regular production brand from that factory since 2015.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah. So
excited.
That was a huge opportunity. And when they gave me the green light, there goes your boy again.
Yeah, let me just watch him for a second. Let's pause the pipe.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. Good form. I approve.
When they gave me the opportunity, I knew exactly what I wanted to do, blend wise, wrapper wise, size wise. And I'm like, as soon as I heard that, I'm like, okay, I went to work right away. Like the week we came back from PCA. And so, yeah, I'm stoked about that. It's good. I'm sorry. I'm stuck on that.
You have to pay BG every time you say that.
I know.
So you can keep doing it. It's just going to cost you a lot of money.
You should just register that. It's good.
It is.
No, but you've smoked, and not that many people have smoked. I think I've sent Jake samples. You've gotten samples. And I just recently sent Miguel samples, but I don't know if Miguel smoked them or not. You know, whatever it is.
Miguel only smokes 4 kicks Coronas.
I could send Miguel like a freaking sandwich filled cigar, and he'd be like, "It's awesome."
When are they coming in?
When are they coming in? Can I get the bulk price? That's literally how it goes.
True statement.
Yeah. And then Jake's the complete antithesis. Jake will always find a flaw somewhere in something. He will say, well, maybe, and he did with that, what we're talking about. He said,
he's wrong.
He is wrong. He said, yeah, it's good, but maybe instead of that 654, you could dial it down to a 6x50.
No, he's right. I'm back on his side.
And I said, well, Jake, we did an analytics thing on all of our brands over the last 3 years. And the number one selling size by far is 6x54, my friend. So I don't think I'm going to be changing that anytime soon.
But isn't there Corona Gorda in that?
There's a 646,
yeah, so
552, 654.
That's great trio.
That's what I'm saying. Trio. So I told Jake,
something for everybody.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Come on, Jake.
Hey, Jake has a Crown Heads tattoo. He's all in.
Yeah,
he's all in.
You know what this funny story is with that? He had it done. Him and Danny both got him, and we changed the crown on the rebrand.
Is that the one on his hand?
Yeah. That's why it looks a little off.
Yeah. So
I like it, Jake, for the record.
Yeah, I do too, man.
Hey, this is also our official petition for Jake to be
Salesman of the Year.
Yeah,
I think that's a lock. I would think so.
We got you, Jake.
I think so. He's
the best, man.
Banner year. He is great, man. He's great. I'm going to try to get him to cut the mullet back a little bit. He came in like 3 weeks ago. I was like, dude, that shit's flowing, bro. You got like, it's like, why? He's like, yeah. I think he likes it. So,
he does.
Yeah.
Part of his brand.
Yeah. It works.
Well,
he's a good dude. He's up in Buffalo right now.
He called me from the road the other day. He's like, I'm going to Buffalo. I'm like, that's part of your territory, Buffalo? It's like an 8-hour haul.
Dude, I don't know how that happened. I don't get involved with the territories or how they cut it up and everything, but sometimes that's a good example. Like, does that really make sense? You got Jake in fucking Buffalo?
Why don't we his Cadillac? Just cruising down the road in his Cadillac.
Xenia.
Yeah, it's like Danny. We'll give him Tennessee, Alabama, and North Dakota. It's like, what? Huh? No. And not that I'm just being.
Oh, okay.
No,
I was like,
making a
that's
joke. No, it
that's
doesn't.
great. And you have to drive.
And you have to drive. Yeah, no flies.
You got to see him once a month.
Yeah.
Well, John, this has been splendid.
Mm.
I love
My
sitting in the
pleasure.
warehouse.
Yep. Thanks for having us.
We're beyond excited to release this. I'm so excited to see the comments from people who've been trying to guess.
I looked
There's
at
been
a little.
only 2 or 3 people that have, maybe 2 that have guessed blood medicine.
I looked on your Discord and somebody guessed Mil Diaz.
Yep.
I didn't get involved with any of that. Obviously, I just was trying to keep a secret. But did anybody guess blood medicine?
Yeah, I think there was 2 guys. I have to go back. There's a post early on months ago, and there was one person that got it, so they're going to win a 10-pack.
I'm shocked.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
I'm shocked that nobody
But-
guessed it. I mean, it's not like there's that much to choose from. It's like
I just think, like us, they thought it was impossible.
Yeah, no
so they're
chance.
like, well, we're not going to waste a guess on something that's not going to happen. But that I would argue that's like our Creekside community's favorite Crown Heads release every year is blood medicine.
Yeah.
So I think they're
do
going to
you
be pumped.
What do you think of? Well, what did Creekside as a community think of the B positive versus the OG blend?
We got a lot of positive feedback.
Yeah,
I loved it because I thought it was like an amped up version
right.
of blood medicine. Little richer, a little heavier, but not like dirty. It was just like there's more flavor in your face. But I loved it. Those were gone, I think, when we ordered them.
Yeah.
I still have
You
like,
have a box.
I still have 3 to 5 of every release in my humidor home.
Do you
They
like
went
to?
so
Do you
fast,
keep
the 3 of us
cigars?
had to split a box.
Yeah.
You age cigars and all that? Like,
I mean, not like I have our very first. I have every single one of the Creekside
Sentimental
customs.
cigars.
Yeah, I'll keep them in there, just like 3 to 5 of them, and it's like I'll get them out at some point. But I like saving them, I guess.
see, I just don't have the discipline for that.
Me
I'm like, I'm gonna smoke it, I'm gonna smoke it now. I don't
Yeah.
sit. I knew a guy. He's in the business, but he would literally take white bands and write the date of the cigar that he received and put them like in. And so he would like whip this out. I'd be at his house and he'd be like, "Here, this is an Opus X from 1998." I'm like, "Holy shit, yeah!"
September 3rd.
You know, literally. I mean, like, I just never was that guy. I was like, always like, "Give me a cigar." It's like, Adam gives me the $500 Cohiba. I'm like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna smoke it." You know.
Yeah, there's a guy that comes to our lounge a lot that we all really like, and he's very generous and gives all of us very expensive cigars, Opus X, all that kind of stuff.
I think I know who he is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rob.
No, different
Okay.
guy. Who's the other guy that?
Glowich.
Yeah,
Mike Glowich.
Yeah,
He
Glowich.
that was a great video, by the way. That was one of my favorites when you had
Oh,
him
yeah.
on.
That's
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
He brings crazy cool stuff as well.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Rob will hand me a cigar, and I'm kind of like, "Oh, thank you. I'm going to save this for a special occasion." And he's like, "Now, like the occasion's now."
today is
Like
exactly.
So anytime he gives me like a nice cigar, right there, light it
Yeah.
up.
Monday, I broke the rule. Monday, I worked from home because our daughter was sick and I was staying home, and I had a Zoom call that I had to do. So I was like, I need a cigar while I'm doing this, which I never smoke at home usually. During the pandemic, I did, obviously. But so I reached in this little tiny, modest humidor that I've got maybe 18 cigars in, and I reached in and I pulled out a Headley Grange Legito number 6 from like 2014. And I was just like, it's so good. And I posted it on my story, and then like I took it off the next day because I didn't want anybody to think we're bringing Headley Grange back or any of that stuff. So I was just like, yeah, get rid of it. I don't want to start.
We'll get to work.
Yeah, that was a good cigar though. It was very good.
That was, I think, the first Crown Heads I ever had was the drumstick.
You know, funny story on that. And how long are we going? It's
Just
like
go.
this.
Let's
Okay.
go.
We're here.
So one of the things, probably the only thing with that magazine that I'm proud of is that the Headley Grange drumstick ended up in the connoisseur's corner of that. And I had no idea.
That magazine.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be that way, but yeah, I am that way. And I didn't even know it was in there. I had Ernesto Perez Carrillo Jr. sent me a text with the screenshot because they don't even send us the magazine. We're not even on the comp list. So I have no idea when we're rated or anything unless somebody brings it to my attention. But it ended up in the connoisseur's corner. And I was like, I went down the whole rabbit hole, like how many non-Cuban brands have ever been in connoisseur. It was shocking to me. It was like this, Davidoff Dom Perignon from 1994 and then
Wow.
and then Headley Grange drumstick. I was like, holy shit. And of course it's on a brand that's discontinued that we don't even do anymore. So it's like, what's the point? But yeah, that was pretty cool, actually.
That cigar was crazy good.
Yeah. I'm not a Lancero guy.
Isn't that the one where it's like, what's the story on that?
The story?
It's like about the
We're going to
drum
be here
sound.
all day.
Yeah, but it's about the sound of the drums.
It was our sophomore release with Ernie, and we'd already had 4 kicks out, and I wanted to do another brand with Ernesto. And at the time, again, reverting back to my OCD, I'll listen to the same song like over and over and over and over and over and over. And so Connor and I are sitting across from each other, and I kept playing When the Levee Breaks by Led Zeppelin over and over and over and over. And he's like, "You're driving me fucking crazy with that song, man." I'm like, "I don't know, dude. There's something about the drums on this. Bonham's drums are just like so thick." And I was like, "Oh, I have an idea." So I told Mike the idea that I wanted the cigar to taste the way the drums sound on When the Levee Breaks. And if you listen to the first 6 seconds of that track, it's at this really thick, really heavy. I want it thick, chewy, dense. And so he's like, "You're crazy." I said, "Let's call Ernie up." So we conference. I remember this clear as day. We conference called Ernesto, and I pitched him this idea. And I said, "Ernie, I want this cigar, this blend, to taste the way the drums sound on this song." And I played the 6 seconds. I rewound it, played the 6 seconds. And then it was silent. And it was like 3, 2, 1. Okay, I get it. And I'm like, there you go.
That's awesome.
And
I love the stories.
And
I love these stories.
Connor's just like shaking his head like, what? How did you I didn't know Ernie used to play drums back in the day.
Oh.
He was a jazz drummer before he got into the cigar business. He was a
Wow.
drummer. So he knew
It's a different
percussion.
level
He knew
of
this.
drumming.
But and aficionado got really just enamored with that story of like how unusual it was that you wanted the taste to equated to a sound. And I'm like, that's the only way I could describe it. I didn't know how to verbalize it and say, this is what I want. I said, I want it to taste like this sounds. So that's how that Headley Grange.
I remember listening to that song the first time I smoked it. I vividly remember it. Got it from Small Batch in like 2016, maybe. Turned that song on after hearing. I'm like, now
Did
I gotta
you
try
get it?
Now I got to try it.
Did you get
I mean,
it?
yeah, I don't know how much of it was like
Yeah.
I wanted it to happen, but
Yeah.
regardless, I turned that song on, lit up the cigar, and I was like, this is awesome.
So Headley Grange is the building where those drums were recorded.
Oh.
So there's a documentary called "It Might Get Loud."
Oh, yeah.
You guys seen that?
Oh, yeah.
It's fucking great, right? So Jimmy Page walks into Headley Grange, and he's like, he claps, and you hear the reverb in the room. And he said, "This is why the drums sounded that way. We mic'd Bonham's drums under here by the staircase, and this had this reverb, and it just sounded like this, and whatever." And that's why I named it Headley Grange. And that's the illustration of the on the box and all that stuff that we had. It was the building, Headley Grange.
And that's why you rolled all the production at the Headley Grange building.
It's a great documentary, though. It's really cool. So I went down that rabbit hole too. So, and that's why we've been this stigma of like, oh, everything's musically driven. And I try to not get stuck in that box, but then I got Jericho Hill with Johnny Cash, and then I got 4 Kicks, Kings of Leon, then I got Headley Grange, Led Zeppelin. I'm like, shit.
Then you came out with Imperiosa for that, huh?
No,
to break the mold.
Imperiosa was an old Cuban brand.
I know. That's what I mean. It was the one that.
That was 2015. That was the one that kind of, Imperiosa means that which is necessary, that which is imperative, Imperiosa. And at the time, we had come out with Las Calaveras in 14, and everybody kept saying, oh, re-release it. And so I'm like, oh, God, it's kind of imperative that we re-release it. So I took the same blend from the 14 Las Cal, made it La Imperiosa, and yeah, that's how that was born. So that La Imperiosa is the same blend as the 2014 Las Calaveras, which is why, but people that chase that down as the unicorn, I'm like, you could buy it every freaking day, but it is what it is.
Yeah. I guess you showed me that collection last time. You got to show BG and Wick when we get done with this. Of all, you have one of every Las Calaveras.
Yeah. Who does it the best is Half Wheel. Whenever they do they have the lineup shot that just goes every size, everything. I was just like this. It's insane. Like they cataloged it so well. But the fun fact, 26, we're not going to do a Las Calaveras.
What?
Taking the year off. Las Calaveras, we went on vacation.
Can you bring Decimo back, or does it not make sense?
We are bringing
I have
Decimo.
some. I have some of those.
Dude,
I love that cigar.
cigar.
Well,
that cigar is amazing.
It's funny you mentioned that. I got the green light to do that too. So yeah, now the whole playbook is right here now. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do in lieu of Las Calaveras. We're bringing Decimo back, 3 different sizes, 10 count boxes.
Oh man,
Let's go.
Yeah,
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah.
I guess I can smoke the ones in my humidor now.
Yeah, you could.
It's just I'm gonna get some new ones.
Yeah. So we're gonna take a little hiatus for Las Calaveras, bring back Decimo, and I'm looking forward to that as well.
You said 3 sizes?
3 sizes, 10
Cool.
counts, 10 count boxes. So
Cool.
I'm pumped for 2026.
Mhm.
I am too, dude. It's gonna be a good year. It's gonna be a really good year.
CYOP, baby.
I'm stoked for it. And then we're gonna do something else that we were talking about too. So I was like, gonna be busy, really busy.
Back in the lab, take a breather, come back out.
Yeah, I know, man. I gotta force myself to take next week off for Thanksgiving. So otherwise, there's so much stuff to do every day. I try to explain it to my wife, and she's like, "What do? You smoke cigars?" Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, you have no idea.
Well, from this podcast, you're going to have 2,000 DMs to respond to.
Maybe. I don't know.
That you're going to have to respond to everyone.
I don't know. We'll see. If I was any other podcast, I wouldn't be concerned. I'm like, nobody's going to watch this. They'll never hear about this. This one, yeah, I'm sure, which is a good thing. I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining at all, actually. But and thanks for, letting the cat out of the bag with Thunderkiss.
Yeah.
You just made my
I'm so
job.
excited
You
to
made
have
my
it.
job a lot easier. Made Jake's job a lot easier, and everybody else's. Because I think when you guys get the first of the first, I think people are going to go, "Whoa, what is that?" So
Yeah.
I'm stoked.
Yeah, we'll put it on the site and people are going to think this is the exclusive.
No,
Just
yeah.
watch. It's going to happen.
Well, that was what we ran into with Moraes. And I was like, "Yeah, how are you going to make people know that this is just a one-off thing and not what is going to be Bear Run?"
There was definitely some people that came in that I overheard were like, "This is the big exclusive," and the guys are like, "No." I mean, it's still awesome.
Yeah.
But this isn't the one that'll come next month.
It is fun hearing people in the lounge like
Speculate.
Yeah, sometimes you overhear conversations and they're talking about the exclusive and
Because they
You
like
know.
not even the people in the lounge know about blood medicine. So
And this comes out Friday.
yep.
I'm going to be watching that. I want to see how many views you get and how many multitudes of comments you get. And will people be able to pre-buy it, or they have to show up at the shop?
show up or online.
Yeah, got to be there.
You
Gotta
can
be
be
that day.
online at 9 a.m. when it drops,
Yeah.
or in the line outside the store for doors opening at 9.
Stoked. That's exciting, man. You guys do it right.
So it's gonna be fun.
Yeah. I'm excited for you guys. How do you motivate, like after you get the big Thanksgiving dinners, right, with your families and stuff, and then it's like, oh, fuck, I got to get up at Dark 100 and go to the store? You don't.
Well,
I can tell.
no, I'll be there.
You are gonna be
I
there?
will be there.
Okay.
No,
We'll be
there.
I
We'll
think,
all be there.
I think
It's gonna be
because
slammed.
the people are going to be there.
Yeah.
The people are going to be there. You want to be there for the people.
See, I've never been that guy to like, my wife was always at Black Friday, kind of like, I'm going to go shopping once in a while, whatever. But it's like, dude, I just want to like chill. Like I want a turkey sandwich and just relax for a minute. So I don't
Some
know.
people want the bear run.
Mm.
It'll be fun because there'll be a lot of energy. I mean, literally, it's been 7 months that we've been talking about this.
We have, and I've been teasing it and not showing the band and all that
Yeah.
stuff. And yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully it lives up to the hype. Hopefully, but
Oh,
I
it
think
will.
it does.
We-
I'm
it does.
enjoying
Confirming
this.
it does.
Yeah,
does.
I'm nubbing this thing. It's phenomenal.
It's delicious.
Yeah, you picked a good size. Did you pick the size at the trade show?
You mentioned it. It's like my favorite size, but
And I said
You-
5.5 by 48.
you're like,
just-
yeah, we could do it in like a 5.5, 48. And we were like, yeah, okay. And they're like, all right, what else do we have to talk about? I'm like,
That's it.
I don't know. We didn't prepare anything else.
Mission accomplished.
That was too easy.
Thanks for your time.
And Jake's going like, what just happened?
Yeah, literally.
Huh? I thought he'd say no.
Mhm.
That was a no-brainer.
Oh man. Well, more cigars to smoke,
Yep.
more miles to drive.
What are you guys going to do here in Nashville? I have to
You're
ask.
looking at it.
Go home.
You're driving
Seriously? You're not
Yep.
going to do Broadway or any of that touristy stuff? No.
We're gonna enjoy some cigars on the trip home.
Yep. Who's driving?
BG.
Okay. That's good.
He's
It is good. It is good. Trust me. 10 and 2. 10 and 2.
He's got the only smoke mobile
Mm-hmm.
out of the three of us. So
Back in the day, I
works.
used to smoke in the car, and I'd crack the window, and the smell never really permeated the car. And then one day, my wife had to get a blanket out of the back of the car, and it just, I guess all the smoke went into the back. And she's like, "Are you smoking in this car?" I was like, "Well, yeah, that's how when I drive." This is before we had a daughter and all that stuff. So, but she was just like, I said, "Okay, we won't smoke in the car anymore."
that blanket smelled like the hoodies that we
Oh,
sell.
yeah.
God, dude.
I would love to hear from people that get those hoodies that are like, oh, because it's got to go right in the wash because they sit in the shop.
You got to polybag that shit.
Yeah.
You either that or keep them in a sealed
good-
box.
that's a good
or poly.
learning.
I
And
learned
we've
the
talked
hard
about
way.
shipping it from the printer that
Mhm.
makes our
Yeah.
stuff so that it stays out of the shop. But
I think people
we haven't
like
got a
it.
complaint yet.
Yeah, I think they like the
Makes
smell of it.
Yeah.
It's authentic.
It's like
Yes.
being a Creekside.
Mhm.
Yeah, there you go.
Just take Creekside home with you.
The hundreds of people that have been there before you are part of this hoodie.
I got to get up there and see the place.
Okay.
I see it
That
on
would be
videos and stuff.
Done.
We'll pick you up.
Listen, no secret. We have family up there. So Laura actually lobbed it out to me the other night. She's like, well, maybe you can go, and
Got the green light.
after the first year, we can go visit Aunt Sandy.
Your wife sounds cool. I like her.
She's great people, man. My wife is my best friend, my everything. So yeah, she's the manager basically. But she said, hey, we can go. You could do your little thing at your little cigar store thing that you can do. And we can make a trip out of it. I was like, yeah, sounds great.
She has no idea
Say
who
less.
John Huber is
No, she does.
in the cigar world.
She's,
Yeah.
I don't think
That would be like the biggest night at Creekside ever.
Ever.
If John showed up.
Yeah, 100%.
that's the bar must be very low.
No, the
It's
bar's
like,
high and
it's
it would be raised.
Jake and then who else? I mean, come on. I was like, I'm just kidding. But no.
Yeah, you just let us know when.
I would think that you guys
I'm
have a
planning on it now,
list
January.
of brand owners and people that want to come be part of this. Like, do you not have oh, Rocky Patel wants to come here and so wants to.
I mean, some do, but we want Jon Huber at Creekside, so we'll move the calendar. You just let us know the date.
I'll let you know.
All right.
I think it can happen after the first of the year. It's been a minute since we've been up to Ohio, and I love Ohio. dude.
Miguel will be there too.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm
Golly,
sure
we
he
could
will
have the
be.
trifecta.
Oh, God.
John, Miguel, and Jake.
It's awesome.
Let's have Jake put a bear run in his hat. He always has the
Yes.
cigar in his hat.
Have you seen those new hats he wears?
And he has the old logo too. We
Yeah.
redid.
You really got to keep him apprised
I'm
on the
sorry.
brand changes.
I know. I got to run all the logo
He
changes
does
by
things
Jake.
permanently.
Yeah, I know. I still have a CAO tattoo. Yeah, dude.
Cool.
When I did the rock and roll thing, Cigar Press Magazine went to my tattoo artist, and that's how we did the story. They had me getting the tat, and then we did the interview while I was getting tattooed, and I never took it off. It's on my back.
Hey,
So-
another fun CAO fact.
There you go.
The first
Oh,
non-Swisher sweet cigar that I ever purchased was that red zipper box with like the 10 different
Oh, the
CAOs
I think it was
in it.
called the Champion Selection
Something
or
like
something
that,
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
like the
that's-
I
sampler of
remember
them?
that.
yeah, we actually had
Oh,
a couple
yeah.
of them when we opened.
I remember that.
And yeah,
Had
that
'em for a while.
from then on, I've just been a fan.
I'll give you another CAO fact. Before I got into the industry, once I decided this is what I want to do, the hardest part was getting a gig. So I went back to the cigar store at the time that I'd bought my first cigars from. Now, $7 an hour as a clerk, they wouldn't hire me. I was like, God damn. So I started writing letters to all these different companies, whatever. But in the meantime, I got this little 3x5 notebook, and I would go back to this cigar store with whatever money I had, and I would buy 3 or 4 cigars, and I would smoke them, and I would do my ratings thing, and I would write my tasting notes in it. And I still have that notebook. And in that notebook, there was a label, CAO Black. It was one of the original cigars they released. And I said, almost unsmokable, terrible cigar, acrid, bitter. I just hammered this cigar. And then literally 6 months later, I was working for them. I was just like, oh, we can only go up from here.
yeah. Now you get to make an impact on them.
Right? Yeah.
All right. You heard it here first, folks. Blood Medicine,
Perfect time.
Bear Run, Creekside, Crown Heads, the first of many, I hope.
And Thunderkiss.
And Thunderkiss, which is available now on the website. Bear Run available next Friday.
And you're going to give the first 12 guys in line on Friday
Oh,
one of our new truckers that we came out with.
Let's go.
Enjoy the Ride trucker. I'm giving you a dozen, and it's up to you guys to make sure the first 12 people on the line get one.
It's awesome. Thank
That's
you.
great.
So
People are going to get there before us.
Yeah, definitely.
that would be cool.
We're going to come in at like 8 and it's going to be line out. All right,
be
here we
cool.
go. It'll be fun.
Yeah. I'm
Well,
excited.
have your camera ready, video for when you pull into the
Yeah,
parking
we'll-
lot.
We'll show you.
Share it
John.
with John.
Well, thank you.
Thank you
for
guys.
everything.
Appreciate
Appreciate
you guys
it,
making the
John.
haul
Thank you.
down here.
Thank you so much.
Cheers.
And Creekside fam, thank you guys for all the support, for allowing us to do things like this, for the ways that you guys have supported everything we've done, released, talked about. We appreciate it. And until next time, go smoke in good company. Peace.
And have the best day of your life.